welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Is the consecration of the communion elements to be done by the clergy only? Now, this only has one question mark, but there's so many layers to the question. Let me deal with the actual elements themselves. The consecration of them would be the spiritual preparation, or the shall we say, the means of making them more than just those elements outside of the service. Why is that critical? Because in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, it talks about when we take the Lord's Supper, we do so in remembrance of Him. When we take the bread, when we take the juice, to consecrate them would to be practiced one of two theological positions. Either transubstantiation, which means that the elements actually become the body and blood of Christ, or consubstantiation, which means that the elements become more special in that element than they would outside. Why is this critical? Because I do not believe that transubstantiation or consubstantiation is biblically defensible. Those elements are a picture of the body and blood of Christ. They are not sacramental, meaning an instrument of instilling grace to the recipient. So, per the question, whether it's the clergy, a layman, or somebody in between, I don't believe biblically there is a need for the consecration of the elements, because they're simply there to help us remember the death and eventually the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, here at First Baptist Church of Opelika, when we participate in the Lord's Supper, we have a prayer to begin to prepare our hearts. And then after we take the elements, we have a prayer to help us remember the impact of what Jesus Christ did on our behalf. There's actually no consecration of the elements. So, when you mention, does it need to be by the clergy only? I don't believe that anybody truly needs to consecrate the elements, because they're simply a means of helping us remember the only consecrated one, and that was Jesus Christ. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.